Genuinely, football fans, football people, social media, Twitter, I don't understand how people's brains work. I'm still seeing United fans online trying to find problems with the club after the 2 weeks that we've just had. We got rid of this stupid ass manager that plays five defenders every single game, whatever the circumstances. 10 men against Everton at home, five defenders. People are still coming in and making problems and trying to act like he wasn't the problem, trying to act like man said, how is Mount not featured in Carrick's team so far? That's quite surprising. Cool. If that's your observation, that's fine. This reply here pissed me off. I said this the day Amorim left. All that's happened is Kobbie Mainoo and Mason Mount have essentially swapped places. That's all that's happened apparently, but we just battered up Arsenal and City, but all that's happened is Mainoo and Mount have swapped places. Okay, so what does that say about Mainoo and Mount then? If that's all that's happened, what does that say about Mason Mount and Kobbie Mainoo? What are we talking about? Both were now and are in competition with Bruno Fernandes. All that's changed is Bruno's position. The lack of noise about it is because Mount isn't Carrington. Trying to insinuate that the only reason we was talking up for Kobbie Mainoo is because he comes from the academy. Are you smoking crack, bro? Mike 87 United. Take United out of your name. You're a joke, man. Respectfully. Disrespectfully. The discourse about Kobbie Mainoo and the reason everybody was so angry about the fact that Kobbie Mainoo was seeing no minutes was, first of all, he was seeing no minutes. First thing. Second thing, we was playing five defenders and playing Bruno Fernandes significant. Bruno Fernandes, our best player, one of the best attacking midfield players that's ever seen this league. We're playing him significantly out of position. On top of that, and thirdly, and most importantly, this is the real fucking issue that we had. Manuel Ugarte is seeing the pitch every single week ahead of Kobbie Mainoo. That was the problem, bro. If Kobbie Mainoo was on the bench and we had flipping Michael Carrick and Paul Scholes in midfield, you wouldn't hear a single thing about it. That's cool. You stay on the bench, you bide your time, you get your minutes when you get your minutes. We're watching five defenders with, at times, a midfield of Ugarte and Casemiro, with Mainoo not being able to get a sniff. That was the problem, bro. And regarding Mason Mount, I don't want to hear a single complaint from him to being on the bench, bro. You've been here 3 years and you've not given me 10 games in a row. I like Mount. I think he's been playing decent this season, but he has absolutely zero complaints being on the bench. When we signed you 3 years ago for 60 mil, you knew Bruno Fernandes was our number 10. You knew you was going to be competing with Bruno Fernandes to play in that position because that's where he plays. You signed knowing that. So now we're playing that formation again, which is the formation we was playing when you signed. How can you have a problem with the fact that Bruno's playing ahead of him? We knew Bruno was always going to play ahead of Mount. Mount was coming in. I don't know why we signed Mount. We signed him for 60 mil. None of us really knew why. But we did it. The reason there's no noise about him being on the bench is because we don't care for Mount like that. What has he done for us to make us really care about him being on the bench? You're a good squad